To mount in Kiamaiko area of Nairobi, with pressure mounting on the National Police Service to explain circumstances under which police officer shot dead a 13-year-old boy in the informal settlement. Witnesses have told KTN News that the Standard 8 pupil was on the balcony when he was fatally shot.
Those who witnessed the dreaded operation say that the 13-year-old boy was shot a few minutes past 7 p.m. by a yet-to-be-identified police officer who was among those enforcing the imposed curfew. The son of Hussein Moyo was in Class 8 and was set to sit this year's KCPE examination. That dream has since been shattered.
Sasa nikashindwa kwa nini askari anapoint ghorofa ya 3, floor 3, anashutu mtoto akiwa ghorofa ya 3. Hii inamaanisha nini?
Police laid Kiamaiko area under siege for the better part of Monday night. Locals report that the law enforcers kept firing aimlessly, endangering the lives of locals up until the time a fatal shot took the life of 13-year-old Yasin Hussein.
Hata bahati angeua watoto wangu wote na mama, lakini risasi ikapata mtoto ya tumbo.
The parents allege, despite having a critically injured patient, they had a hard time to maneuver through roadblocks as they tried to save his life. Their son died on arrival at Mama Lucy Hospital. The National Police Service has subsequently issued a statement saying that investigations have started on this case.
Ya nini, kwa nini serikali inatumia nguvu na tuko kwa manyumba, hatuko nje? Watoto walikuwa kwa nyumba. Hiyo area palikuwa pamenyamaza. Askari tu akuje aone watu wamesimama kwa balcony na ni ghorofa ya 3. Appoint bunduki hivi na shoot mtoto na hakuna mtu alikuwa nje. Hiyo kweli ni haki?
Yasin was buried at Kariokor Cemetery, even as his family says justice is all they want.
Let's talk now to our investigative reporter, Brian Obuye, joining us from our City Center studios. Brian Obuye, good morning. So how far, have the investigations reached?
The investigations have only gone as far as being launched, or so we've been made to believe, Brenda. Nothing yet has been done about the killing of the 13-year-old boy in Kiamaiko, apart from the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, Nordin Haji, ordering or rather instructing the IG of police to investigate, and then the IG of police asking the DCI to investigate. That is the much we know. Nothing much has actually been done about that fatal shooting of the 13-year-old Class 8 pupil in Kiamaiko, which happened 2 days ago. So, Brenda, one thing we need to also realize is that we have since established that the 13-year-old Class 8 pupil was actually shot 20 minutes into the curfew at about 7:20 when he was playing on their balcony, and his killing being very, very unfortunate at such a time, because the curfew was actually supposed to protect Kenyans from contracting the disease and consequently being killed by the disease. But it's sad that the 13-year-old boy is now being killed by police bullets while being protected from the coronavirus, or so, as the presidential order that ordered the curfew was meant to achieve that specific purpose. So, Brenda, what we are talking about here is the continued, rather the heated debate about what's happening during this period. Although a lot has since changed on how police conduct themselves during this night curfew, we also saw the killing of Hamis Eid in Likoni, who relatives told the media and complained to police that the border rider was actually beaten and consequently died from his injuries because the curfew hours had actually found him outside while he had taken a pregnant woman to hospital. So these, Brenda, are very sad moments for the families. While the entire country could move forward, while the entire country could see it as another day, these are families that have lost their loved ones, and they are mounting pressure on the government to investigate the same. The country's top prosecutor had actually said that the boy was killed by a stray bullet. Security agents agencies have actually maintained that the boy was killed by a stray bullet. But how do we exactly define a stray bullet? So, while saying that he was shot by a stray bullet, they never even went ahead to tell us what exactly were police shooting at. Because a bullet can only be stray, Brenda, if you are shooting at something else, only for the bullet to land on something else, in this case, the 13-year-old boy. So questions have been mounting. Why exactly would even police fire live bullets in such a densely populated area at such a critical time when the country is trying to contain a global pandemic? This only raising questions on the continued wave of police brutality. Brenda, if I have a few more minutes with you, I want to just remind you that in these particular instances, when police are deployed to maintain order, to protect life and not to take it, to protect property and not to destroy it, there have been very, very specific instances where we've seen the total opposite of it, and the absurdity of its nature as a service. We saw the killing of baby Pendo in Kisumu as police tried to contain protesters. She was not one of them. We saw the killing of Moranya Rangi when police were trying to, 9-year-old Moranya Rangi in Huruma, in Mathare, when police were trying to contain protesters. She was not one of them in that particular year. We saw the killing of the 2-year-old boy in Kahawa West, Soweto slums, the 2-year-old boy when police were trying to contain those who were selling illegal brew. She was not one of them. He was not one of them, the 2-year-old boy. Now we are seeing the killing of the 13-year-old boy as people are trying to contain, rather to maintain order during these curfew hours. The boy was on their balcony. So Brenda, the family is just trying to ask or rather seek for justice.
All right. Obuya, I believe you can hear me. Sorry for cutting you short. But my question is, then it means the body of that boy, when it comes to burial, it will bring a lot of, back and forth because it's a matter under investigation. The post-mortem needs to be done to ascertain also, the distance of that bullet.
Brenda, I'll mention to you, rather to just bring you to speed, that the boy was actually buried yesterday in the afternoon, being...
Obuya, continue.
Yeah, Hussein Moyo, being a Muslim, he was actually laid to rest yesterday amid a lot of emotions from those who attended. We had a team there which documented for us the entire situation as it was, as the family cried foul of what had actually happened. They may have laid him to rest, but they want more investigations conducted into really establishing what were the circumstances. Just aside from the rhetoric from the DPP and the DCI and the IG to investigate. They want to know who exactly fired that particular bullet. And it is something that can actually be done because police are deployed to an area. Arms are given in an armory. An arms register is available for who went where and with whatever weapons they were using or gun they were holding. So they are looking at a speedy investigation, or rather they are hoping for a speedy investigation into that, just as the Mombasa family of Hamisi Eid Juma, or the 49-year-old boda rider, and they're also seeking investigation into that. Many human rights defenders, including Amnesty International, has also aired their views into this, calling it very unfortunate. IPOA said that they have launched investigations. We don't know how far they have gone with that. But they are also regretting this continued brutality by police. Brenda.
All right. Obuya, as I wind up with you, because you need to cross over to Joanne Letin. The reason as to why I asked you about the burial, I know the boy has already been buried, but in terms of justice, a post-mortem needs to be done. Are we looking at a situation whereby it will be a tussle between the investigative arms of government and the family? All right, looks like I've lost my colleague, Brian Obuya, but he was giving us an update when it comes to that probe of that boy who was killed in Kiamaiko during the police curfew. Excessive force, alleged excessive force was used right there. So it's a matter of probing. And here on KTN News Center, we'll continue giving you more details about it. But I'd like us to cross